everybody. Good evening. It is Jamie here, as proven by the sign up there. Welcome to this, our Monday Night Live, where we spend an hour or so together, chewing the cruise and travel fat, talking all things sailing, flying, weeing, anything that ends in an ing, actually, any gerunds out there, with a little bit of cheekiness thrown in for good measure, of course. Otherwise, it just wouldn't be us, would it? And most of the cheekiness, as we know, does come from all of you. It's true. Tonight, we'll be talking about 3 incoming cruises. That's right, 3 in the space of 1 week. And also, I'll be sharing with you all the information about the press visit to Queen Anne on Wednesday. Yes, I've got the lowdown. I've got all the info from Cunard. I'm all checked in. I'm ready to roll. I haven't packed yet, but you know, I've still got a couple days, haven't I? What day is it today? Monday? Tuesday? Oh, tomorrow. I'll pack tomorrow. I promise you I'll pack tomorrow. So it's all happening. But let's start with our usual check-in. If you're new to this, we always begin our evening by gauging where we are all at emotionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, alcohol-y. This is not alcohol, by the way. I'm not on alcohol. So in the chat, please just pop a number from 0, meaning it's a very, very, very bad day for you, or maybe you've just had a very bad week, and then beautiful people in our community will check in on you because they're fabulous like that. Oh, we've got some good numbers today, all the way up to a 10, meaning ice, ice, baby, bum, 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 ba-da-dum, bum. That would mean you are top. Oh, I love squash. I love it. I'm being good because I've got 3 cruises ahead, so I need to pace myself, my loves. I really do. Hope we're all well. I'm seeing lots of high numbers, actually. So it seems like you're all quite perky. Look at that. Perky people tonight. Well, I best keep up with you all then. I would say I'm probably a 7 today. I was going to go 6, 7. It's definitely been a week of ups and downs, not good ups and downs either. It's been a busy one. Well, first of all, when we spoke this time last week, you all know that I was wishing all of my year 11 GCSE Spanish students well as they embarked on their speaking exams. The poor things. Can you imagine having to sit about 3 feet away from me speaking in Spanish, being judged with Mr. Judgy Eyes for 12 minutes? Well, they did it, 40 of them. So well done to them. I was very pleased. I think they've done very well, actually. So that was great. The only bad thing about doing that, of course, is I get locked up in a room for 4 days until they're all finished. They come in, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out. I wasn't doing too bad with the smiles, keeping the smiles up as best I could. But I have to be honest with you, and they know this, they know me very well. By the end of the week, I was literally clawing at those walls. I don't know if being in that room, I've got to be honest. So finally got out Friday afternoon, went to the pub with Matthew, had a few cheeky vodkas, had some nice food, all was well. So I'm the one thing that I haven't really spoken about, and I'm not going to go into too much detail about it either, but actually last Sunday, so the day before you and I met last, my dear mum, bless her, was admitted to hospital, particularly unwell, and was there for 5 days before she was released, thankfully, and on the mend, we hope. So that was a bit stressful, if I'm honest with you. You know what it's like when one of your loved ones, your parents, falls unwell, and it's a bit of a waiting game, isn't it? You don't know what's necessarily going on for long periods of time. But she is getting better, so that's really good news. So yay. Big up Mama Robbins. She's doing fine. So That's why I was going with near 6, 7, but I think coming out of the lower numbers now, so all is good. And I hope you are all well as well. I can see a range of numbers out there, but lots of high ones, so that's very good. It would be mucho apreciado if you could give this a little thumbs up, of course. That's always makes me happy. Last week we made the 300 mark, and then within a couple more days, with people watching on catch up, as they call it, 600. So that was pretty good. Good for my self-esteem. So before we go any further, and you have given this little vloggy, video-y, showy thing, livey thing a cheeky little thumbs up, make sure you've subscribed, and thank you, because 2 days ago, or a day and a half ago to be specific, we crossed the 26,000 subscribers mark on YouTube, which is awesome, obviously, and I really appreciate your support. And anybody out there who has subscribed or has recommended me to other people, God forbid, obviously. I really do appreciate it. It means a lot to me, and I enjoy spending all this time with you. It's fabulous. It really is. So that was great news. And actually, in the last day, it's been quite busy on YouTube, with another 120 people joining me in the last day. I don't know where they've come from. I think this might sound a bit weird, but I think it's my British Airways vlog seems to be doing quite well amongst the aviation fans. I was going to say geeks then, but that would be terrible, wouldn't it? I'm an aviation geek. I'm a cruise geek, so it's okay. I call myself a geek, call other people a geek. So they've been joining thick and fast, which is very nice. I'm not sure they quite get my sense of humor, if I'm honest with you. I think they're used to quite bog standard flight reviews. You know, person films getting on, sits down, talks, so you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this, you got this. Let's look out the window, let's take off. So I don't think they quite get my blend, but you know, welcome on board, Team Travel Blog Jamie. Don't forget, we can follow one another on Faceache. Yes, we can. Come on over to Faceache, Jamie W. Robbins. You'll be warmly welcomed with open arms and then crushing bear-like hugs. And we can have a little perv at each other's pictures then, can't we? Because that's what we do on Faceache, isn't it, folks? You know it's true. You know, who out there zooms in on pictures? I bet some of you out there do that, even if you won't admit it. Go on, who's going to admit that in the chat, that you zoom in on pictures sometimes? I'm waiting. I bet you there are people out there who do that. I do it sometimes, only now and then. Yeah, Jackie does it. She's a minx, that one. Look at her. Look, she loves zooming in on people. Amy does as well. Here you all come. Look. You see, this is why you and I get on well, isn't it? Because we're nice and honest with each other. We know what we like. We know what we don't like. We know what tickles our fancy. We know what fancies our tickles. This is why we get on, you see. I am, of course, also on cameo.com/travelblog Jamie. I am still hanging on in there in the top 22% of celebrities, most requested messages. I'm sorry, that still makes me laugh. I mean, to the extent my voice goes up about 15 billion octaves. I mean, Mariah Carey's got nothing on me. Pariah, nothing, I'm telling you. Come on over to patreon.com/travelblog Jamie. There are now 265 of you, which is cray. And this week I have organized our next meet and greet for patrons in smelly old Southampton later in the year, which I'm sure will be awesome. I've already got people booking flights. It's crazy. Booking their hotels. It's going to be a fabulous night. I'm absolutely certain of it. I'm on X. I'm on Threads. I'm on Instagram @travelblog Jamie. Come on over to those as well. It's like my Facebook page, only there's less words and pictures, and probably not quite as spiky, sassy. But you know, it's all there for the good of socials, etc., etc. Right. I'm going to start off now with first item of the evening. I know him so well. Hashtag I know him so well. This is where I ask you a tricky question, or is it tricky, about moi. Yes, it's very self-indulgent. I'm sorry about that. That's life. Get over it. Get over yourselves. And you pop your answers in the chat. And are you ready? The winner is the person who answers first and correctly. What do they win? I'm waiting for the answer. I'm waiting. What do they win? There is a time lag. I know there's like a 60. There you go. Gabby's straight in there. I mean, Gabby should win a present for that. Prestige, my darlings, is what you win. You don't need money. You don't need anything materialistic from me, do you? Prestige is more than anything. Yes, Tina, a bucket of it, a lifetime of it. Prestige all the way. So here's the question. Highly self-indulgent. So how many personalized video messages did I record and send to my tiers 3, 4, and 5 patrons this weekend? I shall repeat the question. How many personalized video messages did I record and send to my tiers 3, 4, and 5 patrons this weekend? Let's see how you get on with that one. Yes, Connor, it's all about me. It's all about me. Let's see what you come up with. Oh, that's a right old mishmash coming up here. Blimey. God, Mark, you're not giving me much credit, are you, my darling? Some of you have actually had these messages as well. You keep guessing. I think, have I seen a correct answer yet? I have seen I've seen 2 correct answers so far. 2. Let's see if anyone else can get it. Okay, moving on to next item, hashtag on someone's telly somewhere. And this is our regular slot now where I pause for you. You get a cheeky little snap, a screenshot, a picture, whatever you want, and it gets plastered all over the internet. I'm smeared all over the waves. That sounds terrible, doesn't it? But I give you a countdown so you know when to do it. Some of you are very cheeky and you start taking pictures long before the countdown because you want to get me in compromising positions. I mean, some people actually charge for that, you know. So are you ready? We're going to go captain today, but you got to wait for the countdown. Okay. What do you reckon? Over the eyes? Up a bit? What do we reckon? Over the eyebrows? I think it's more seductive down here, isn't it? Are you ready? I'm going to do my countdown. 3, 2, 1, and go. That'll do. Don't say I don't do things for you, you know, even if you don't want them. Right, we are going to move on now to a little bit of info. I'll need my phone for this. iPhone 15, I upgraded a few weeks back. I'm doing very well with it, actually. To be honest with you, it's just like the iPhone 12, only the camera's a bit better. Everything else looks pretty much the same. Mandy, no, you won't know what I'm on about, my darling. Most people don't know what I'm on about. Right, so the first thing is I didn't realize I actually have 3 ship visits / cruises within a week. And let me explain. I know I'm going on Queen Anne's press visit on Wednesday, daytime. I've got a check-in time, or arrival time rather, of 12:45. I'm going to be on like a rat, my darlings. I'm telling you, up those ropes and everything. But I'm still on board on Thursday as well. I don't leave till the morning at some point after I've had me brekkie and a jog around the track. You know me, in the gym. That's me, isn't it? Do I do that sort of thing? Gymnasium? Don't think so. So Thursday, I'm still going to be on the ship. Then I'm heading to work after Queen Anne, and that will be interesting, won't it? I'm going to be teaching from 11 a.m. on Thursday. That will be very interesting for my students, having been out on Queen Anne for the day and evening and night. Hopefully I'll get some sleep before heading to school to teach, but I would just like to officially warn any of my students that Thursday I could be in a bit of a grumpy mood. So if I were you, I'd keep your distance, okay, and mind your manners. Just telling you now. And then on Saturday, Matthew and I are off on P&O Arcadia. It's the long bank holiday weekend. Sounds like it's going to be a bit of a booze cruise to me. And I think some of you here now are going to be on Pinot Arcadia as we head to Belgium and back for the 3-nighter. But then I'm going to be on MSC Virtuosa on the following Thursday, just a couple of days after we get back from Pinot Arcadia. So actually, Thursday to Thursday, 3 blimmin' ships. I didn't realize. I mean, I think that's terrible, shocking organization, isn't it? I mean, who does that? I'm going to be cream crackered. And that MSC Virtuosa 2-nighter, that's definitely a booze cruise. I can assure you. Not that I'll be drinking, of course, because I don't drink very much. Wasp's breath, sweeties. Wasp's breath. So there you go. Officially, 3 ships, 1 week. Who knew? That's quite cool, though, isn't it? I'll probably never, ever, ever do it again. Oh, I've just been called the humor grugnon, meaning grumpy. Thank you very much, Commodore. Indeed, grugnon. I hope my students know that word as well. My year 11s must know the word grugnon. Not a lot of time to wash your pants, says Postcard and a Pint. Well, who said I even wear them? I mean, I think there's an assumption there, actually, my darlings. Who even said I wear them, you know? And by the way, can I just say, Postcard and a Pint doing very well with their channel, their YouTube channel. If you like quirky, informative behavior, go and follow Postcard and a Pint. They're doing very well, and they're producing some really fun stuff as well. It's a bit different from some of the stuff out there. Oh my God, did I just say that? Jamie, very bad Jamie. Go and follow them, okay? Please. I'd appreciate it. They'd appreciate it as well. All right. The other thing, let's get the phone ready. Queen Anne, I'm going to read to you what I've had sent to me by Cunard. Cunard, are you going to go? Are you team Cunard or Cunard? I always get told off for saying Cunard, but I like saying Cunard. So here we go. Departure date, 1st of May. Are we actually departing anywhere? I thought we were staying in port overnight. I think we're staying in port overnight. It says, Dear Mr. Robbins, that's me, by the way. It's not long to go until you join us for our VIP celebration event on our new ship, Queen Anne. Hashtag press trip. Hashtag ad. Do I need to say anything else? Hashtag hosted. Hashtag I don't bloody know anymore. There's so much to explore and enjoy to help you make the most of your stay. You'll find all the things you need to know before you join within this email. That's good to know, isn't it? So this very special event will be the first time that the ship will welcome guests on board. Yay! So we ask you have a little patience and understanding if anything isn't quite as perfect as we like it to be. Now, I think that's a very important thing that Cunard have said here. I have never been on a maiden. I don't really have intentions of going on a maiden. If I ended up on a maiden cruise, it's probably just because the one before had been cancelled or a couple before that had been cancelled. So I'd end up on it by accident. And my reason for not going on a maiden is I'm not desperate to get on a maiden and do all the filming, the vlogging before everyone else. I'm really not. I know some people out there are hugely desperate to do that, and that's fine. Go for it. I just know that it takes time, doesn't it, for things to all settle and be in place, and as the company would expect it. So I'm very happy to give them a little bit of time to do that. But if I were on a maiden, I'd absolutely imagine some things will still be worked on. Some things need a little bit more attention, and I think that's fair. I do. Maybe some of you would disagree because you're paying a lot of money for those maidens and you want it to be perfecto. So I'm not going to be going on board on Wednesday thinking it's going to be perfection at all. I'm just going to be looking at the potential and getting excited for my voyages on Queen Anne in August and November. Okay. Anyway, I digress. So during your time on board, you'll have the chance to dine in one of our new restaurants that are aligned to your stateroom or suite. So if you're staying in the Britannia stateroom, you dine in Britannia restaurant. If you are Britannia Club, which I am, you have a different restaurant, the Britannia Club restaurant. I'm not in a suite. That's okay though. I'll take the Britannia Club balcony stateroom. I'm very happy with that. We've got and there's a dazzling entertainment. You know me in entertainment. It's dazzling entertainment, selection of specially curated events as well, and the opportunity to explore the ship for yourself with a self-guided tour. And I'm much more interested in the self-guided tour, if I'm honest with you. Now, things they're doing that are very kind, actually. They are obviously, this is a press trip. We don't have to pay for this at all. They're putting $50 credit on some of our accounts. I say some because I can't vouch for everyone. Some people might have more than that, I'm sure. Obviously, if food is included, we will have the opportunity to go to a specialty restaurant if we don't want to go to the main dining room, and that would obviously incur a surcharge. I'm actually quite tempted to do that. I just think there's probably going to be far fewer people doing specialty dining that night, and I don't know, it might be a nice thing to do, especially as I'm on my own. It's a perfect time to do that, and they've got a Japanese restaurant on board. They've got the prime cuts and seafood at Sir Samuel's Steakhouse and Grill. I know they've got an Indian restaurant on board. I'm not sure what's going to be open on the press event, but I'm interested in maybe doing one of those instead. And then perhaps if the main dining room is open for breakfast, I'll head there then. Variety is the spice of life. They are also giving us complimentary Wi-Fi for the duration, and it looks like there'll be selected drinks at panel events, drinks receptions, and drinks during dinner as well. So it feels like we're going to be really very, very well looked after, actually. So I'm very grateful to them for that. Hashtag Cunard Queen Anne, or hashtag Cunard, but replacing the A with a 4, because they will have 4 ships in their fleet. So look, I am going to be releasing vlogs from this, obviously. The first one will probably be a cabin tour. That's the first thing I'm going to experience. Unpack a few bits and bobs, and I'll film my cabin there and then, I think. I'm hoping to do a whole ship tour for you if I've got time. It does take quite a long time, and because I don't know the ship at all, I'm going to get lost, aren't I? I feel like I need to study those deck plans in advance. And I'll do a generic experience docu-vlog of the day and a half on board for you as well. So I think the first vlog will be out probably Wednesday evening if their Wi-Fi is good enough, because actually the vlog of the cabin tour will be it's a very straightforward thing to do, the cabin tour videos. I've got to say, they're all very sequenced and easy to put together. I've already got deck plans and so on. So that's probably the first one. There'll be a following one on Saturday, and then another the following week. So those are coming up super, super quick, followed by Arcadia, and then Virtuosa. And then Matthew and I are off to Salou in northeastern Spain at the end of May, and staying in Portaventura for 2 nights of that week as well. So it's all going on. Exciting, I think. Right, let's go back to I Know Him So Well, and I asked you how many personalized video messages did I record and send to my tiers 3 to 5 patrons at the weekend. 2 of you I saw got it right. One person was Cheryl and the other was Carl. I don't know if anyone else posted, but it was 80. So my tiers 3 to 5 patrons, each month they get a personalized video message. But there are more increasing number now, so I did 80 of them. I don't know how many hours it took. Quite a long time, actually. And there was one scene. Now, don't judge me for this, please. Don't judge me, darlings. But I had my first snot noodle, as I call it, pot noodle, in years, probably near a decade. And it was just, I had it in shot as I was filming and talking, and I felt gross. So ended up featuring in a couple of the videos. Yeah, Travel Jamie ate a pot noodle. There you go. Does anybody else eat pot noodles, by the way? Anybody else? Anyone? Is it just me? We'll find out, won't we? Okay, so well done to Cheryl and Carl. You get a lifetime bucket load of prestige. Good job, you two. Right. At this stage, it should be, let's check the time, nearly halfway through our show. And Will does, that's fabulous to know. Matthew near on the top ups. Oh gosh, no, Daniel, he's not actually. I'm not drinking booze tonight. I told you I've got 3 ships to explore, and I need a clear head and an empty stomach ready for that, don't I? Oh, Tony likes beef and tomato snot noodles. That's what I had, Tony. I did. You might be missing that, David. I don't know. What's a pot noodle? Oh, look it up on the internet. It's grim. It's one of those processed pot noodly things, and you pour boiling water in, let the water absorb into the crappy noodles for 3 minutes, and then enjoy. It's not that good. Right. We're going to hand it over to you. Oh my gosh, we're halfway through and there's only 158 thumbs up. What's going on? Maybe you've just been listening so intently and carefully. Maybe that's what it is. Could be. Okay. So over to you and your questions. And if you've got a question for me, then please do capitalize question. If you've got a shout out, please do capitalize shout out. That would be awesome. Yes, there'll be lots of people on board, Ben. Lots and lots and lots of people. Okay. Any questions? Any shout outs? I'm ready for you. All I'm getting at the moment is people love pot noodles. Teens love pot noodles. In Asian cultures, it's really normal to eat cup noodles. Yeah, I would say, though, that they're not considered as vulgar as in the UK, but also I think they're better. I really do think they are better. Maybe that's just me. Could be wrong. Okay, we've got the first question coming through. Did I ever sail on P&O Canberra? No, I didn't actually. However, no, I didn't start cruising until a lot later in my cruise life. What I can tell you, though, is Matthew cruised on Canberra multiple times. His granddad actually worked on board Canberra. So Matthew's got loads of memorabilia from Canberra that we have a look through every now and then, all the menus and what's on, and the evenings when they had fancy dress. I mean, I didn't know they did that sort of thing. But they do. Karen, happy Monday. Hope you. Oh, Karen, you've tailed off. Daniel Travel Vlog. Hi, Jamie. Love Princess ships and the amazing beds. How do you rate Princess on a scale of 1 to 10? I haven't been on Princess since the lockdowns just ended, and I would have given them around a 7 at that point. So I'm going back on them twice this year, hoping to nudge up to an 8 or a 9. We'll see, but it's been some time, so I'm ready to get back on, and I think things have changed quite a lot for Princess, considerably actually, over the maybe the last year or so. So I'll let you know what I think after the 2 cruises this year. So I've got the Arctic Circle cruise and also the British Isles cruise to look forward to. There you go. What have I got here? Rocksteady Eddie. Hi, Jamie. Loved the tips from the blog on the theme parks in Orlando. Thank you very much. That came out just a few days ago. Going there next week on the 9th of May. So thanks for the tips. You are welcome. And goodness me, how much I loved my trip to Orlando Universal. It was awesome. It really was. Have a great time. In fact, it was so awesome. I've been there before, and Matthew has as well. But when I got back, Matthew and I booked a joint trip there for this November out of school time, which is like awesome. And so much cheaper. It was like, oh my God, that's so cheap. Crazy. So we'll be staying at Sapphire Falls in November for 8 nights, I think. Looking forward to it very much. And then next year, of course, I'll be going to Epic Universe when it does open. I'm just waiting to find out when it's opening so I can get some flights booked. That should be awesome. Okay. Mandy says, made it halfway through, have to watch the beginning later. Yes, Mandy, because it's not going to make any sense to you otherwise, my love. It really won't. I mean, I don't make sense at the best of times. Oh, 5 more thumbs up for 200, and then we can make it towards our 300 mark, can't we? Okay. Shelley Ford, I'm going on my first cruise in June on Iona. Any tips? Yes, watch my vlogs on Iona, because I think there must be like over 100 tips on what you could do, not what you should do, of course, because it's your holiday, it's your cruise. You need to do what you're comfortable with and what you're happy with, and not worry about what anyone else thinks, anyone like me. But I've got so many tips that, in fact, on the last couple of vlogs, I've started numbering them in part 1 just to see how many, and normally we get up to like 60, 70 just in the first part. So I'm gonna hand back to all of you lovely people. What do you think top tips are for your first cruise on a ship, and maybe P&O Iona? For me, because food is important to me, I would definitely be looking at specialty dining in advance and booking a couple cheeky restaurants. But that's just because I like a variety, a range of foods. That's just me. Also with Iona, don't try and do too much too soon, because there is lots on board. Spread it out over the week is what I would say. Otherwise, get onto those Iona vlogs that I've recorded for you. Gabby, what are you most looking forward to about leaving your teaching job and moving to a full-time content creator? Oh, that's an interesting question. I'm looking forward to creating my own routine. I'm not... On one hand, I'm good with routines, okay, when I set them. On the other hand, when other people set them for me, I get very frustrated. I feel like I'm being boxed in and my creativity is being squashed. So I'm going to look forward to not having to drive to school and back each day. It's not a very long journey, actually, but I get really bored by driving, like really bored. I kind of feel like when I talk to you, I don't know if it comes across, I like doing things, I like being quite active. So even driving bores me. What else am I looking forward to? Obviously, I'm looking forward to continuing to travel in cheaper times. That will be great. But I'm also conscious that at the moment, my time is so limited. So last week was a really busy week with very late nights, trying to get everything finished for the vlogging, the content, as well as a very busy week at school and stresses with family. So I found it really difficult. And what I remember saying over and over to Matthew, oh, if this were July, August now, and I'd finished the teaching, I wouldn't be feeling like this. I wouldn't have so much to do. And I feel like it would be very manageable, whereas last week felt unmanageable at times to me. It really did. So that, I think, is going to have a massive impact on me as well. Being my own boss, I think that's quite exciting as well. There you go. That's, I think, quite a lot of things I'm looking forward to. Yeah, I hope that's all right for you. Okay, let's keep going. Do I know if on Cunard they've done away with shower curtains? Well, I haven't been on there yet, Connor, so I'll let you know when I'm on board. I'd be very surprised if they have shower curtains, but never say never. I will let you know. Okay, I will make a point of it when I'm doing the cabin tour. I will make an absolute point of it. Salut, retro, absolutely. And anyone who knows me, I love a bit of retro-rama, don't I? I absolutely love a bit of retro-rama. We're looking forward to it. Do I enjoy late nights on cruises? Asked Joe. Not overly, no. And it depends on the kind of cruise. I think if I am cruising solo, I probably have later nights than when I'm with Matthew, because we like our own company together as well. You know, it's our trip and holiday. Don't forget to get those thumbs up, please. Thank you very much. Whereas when I was on the solo one on Iona, February half term, I met so many people and lots of invitations to go out for a couple of cheeky drinks here and there. The silent discos are on a bit later on Iona, a bit of karaoke one late night. So I am team late night, I am team early night, I'm team however I feel, whatever the situation is, whatever the vibe is, whoever I'm with. I like a bit of everything. Okay, oh, that sounded a bit dodged, didn't it? Very eclectic like that, Joe. So yeah, this is indicative of when I say I don't have favorites, isn't it, really, as well? It's like I like bit of everything. I really do. Thank you, Diane. Hope Mama Robbins gets well soon. Thank you. That's kind of you. Mandy has a question. Mandy and Phil Johnson are on Aurora in May, 15th of May, for Phil's birthday. Which restaurant would you recommend for celebration night? I'm quite a fan of Sindhu on Aurora. I think it's one of the smallest, if not the smallest Sindhu on any of the fleet, actually, at P&O. So it's quite an intimate feel about it. I like that about Aurora, and I really like that about Sindhu. If it were me, that's what I would be doing, but it depends on the kind of food you like. Your other options, of course, would be the Glass House and the Beach House. I personally don't think either of those on Aurora are for special occasions like that and on celebration night. I like both of them very much, but I think Sindhu is a more special occasion on Aurora personally. Or maybe you want to go to the main dining room. I've seen that main dining room menu thousands of times now, so I'm kind of over that, if I'm honest with you. But happy birthday to Phil on the 15th. Carl, shout, can you say hi to Stevie and Victoria, who'll be joining Carl and Amanda on Iona in November 2025. So hi, Stevie, and hi, Victoria. I hope you've got a cruise booked before 2025, because otherwise I'd be biting my nails and fingers off. But have the best time when it does come around. Keep those thumbs up coming. You're doing a good job, folks. Actually, we're going to get to 300 tonight by the end. I can feel it in my bones, my old aching bones. Can feel it. Commodore, can you review the Bright Light Society? Yes, absolutely. I'm assuming the Bright Light Society is going to be open, so I will definitely be reviewing that. Devon Dector, beef and tomato pot noodles rule. Shout out to pot noodles. There you go, done. It was all right, actually. Just it's all a bit like gloopy, though. You know, like a bit gloopy rama. It's okay. Jackson, question. Booked on Arcadia. Did you get off for my first cruise down to the Mediterranean for 80 nights? Would you recommend getting a drinks package as I drink a bit? I can't answer that, to be honest with you. I've never had drinks package on P&O because it would never be worth it. I couldn't personally drink that much for 18 consecutive days and nights. Like, I know I've said this before, it probably looks like I drink a lot on cruises, but actually after the second day I feel like my intake plummets. I couldn't function personally. I wouldn't be able to wake up, I wouldn't be able to enjoy my day as much, wouldn't be able to go ashore and enjoy everything. I don't know. So I wouldn't personally, and on P&O the drinks are pretty reasonable anyway, kind of like pub prices generally. If you drink a lot and you're going to drink a lot every day for 18 days, then go for it. I would recommend looking at our drinks package vlog, because we actually talk through how many drinks you'd have to have per day to make it worth your while. And also we show the drinks menus with all the prices as well. So you can have a look and think, oh, we'd normally have 3 or 4 of those kind of things in a day. How much would that come to? So we do some of the sums for you. Not that we're fabulous at numeracy or anything, but we try our best. So if you search Travel Blog Jamie Drinks Package P&O and check the 2024 one, the one we uploaded recently, that's the one you want, because the one from 2023 is already out of date for all sorts of reasons. So that's my honest opinion. What does everyone else think, though? Are you fans of drinks packages? Or not? Let us know. I think it depends on the cruise line, doesn't it? Some charge a fortune, they're a lot of money, and again, they wouldn't be worth it for me, but each to their own, as they say. Joe, is the sausage or chipolata better on Sky Princess? Due to travel on Sky Princess this year, surely, Joe, that depends on whether it's a turkey one, or whether it's a beef one, or a pork one, or a chicken one, or it could be a patty. It could be a vegetarian one, or it could be a vegan one. Surely it depends on all of those things. Am I wrong? Shelley, shout out to John, also known as Swampy. Oh, I love that name. Who was discharged by the heart clinic this week after having a heart attack last August. Tell him you are doing brilliantly, Swampy, and you keep doing brilliantly, please. We are very, very relieved that you're still with us. Keep soldiering on. We're very happy for you. Helen, can you please wish my daughter Abby a happy 21st? She loves your vlogs. Happy 21st, Abby. Oh, that's a special birthday, isn't it? The 21st. Have a fabulous time. And I hope you don't end up in a gutter somewhere, my darling. I'm not supposed to say these. God, will you stop me from saying these things, please? Don't forget to keep those thumbs up coming. You're going to be like, no, thumbs down because you're a bad influencer. Matt Barlow, what direction do you think P&O will take with their next new ship? Oh, do they have a next new ship coming? I don't know. I kind of feel like they want to be a little bit less formal and more geared towards families moving forward. I wonder if they'll have another sister ship for Iona and Arvia, or whether they'll be looking at the new Sun Princess and Star Princess, and whether that's something that would suit them. Although actually fewer passengers on those two cruise ships. So I don't know really. Their direction confuses me somewhat, because you've got, I don't know if they're trying to be something to everyone or they're trying to come away from that. You've got the old, smaller, elegant Aurora, and then you've got Arcadia, and they're adults only. They feel nothing like the larger ships. For me, that's a good thing because I like the variety. But it must make branding quite tricky for them at times. So I don't know. What do you think? I know nothing. Becky, shout out to parents are going on Iona up the Norwegian fjords after watching your lovely vlogs. That's good. Thank you. Bertie the dog gets to holiday at my house for the week. Hi, Mum and Dad in Amazingstoke. Hi, Mum and Dad in Amazingstoke, and enjoy the fjords. And Bertie, wow, that's going to be an awesome week for Bertie. I'm absolutely certain of it. Keep those thumbs up coming, please. Daniel Travel Vlog. Love your channel so much. What motivated you to become a YouTuber? I don't think anything motivated me to become a YouTuber, because I used to post my holiday videos on YouTube ages ago, not without being rude, not for the benefit of anyone, an audience, but just because that's where I stored them. In the old days, we had these massive computers with minimal memory like me. I remember speaking to Matthew saying, where am I going to put all this? And we said, open a YouTube account and put it there. So I used to post videos like periodically. So sometimes it would be like 6 months without posting a holiday video. And then as time progressed and you start realizing people are watching or enjoying watching, and then people started saying, it would be really good or helpful if you could film some of the following when you're away. So I kind of got to a stage where I was doing, so half of my vloggy stuff was out of my personal enjoyment and fulfillment. It's something that I really like doing, quite a creative process, and I like that. And then part of it was also starting to become geared towards other people. So I think we've all kind of met in the middle somewhere, which is really nice, if that makes any sense. We've met in the middle in that you tolerate me and what I like doing and my stupid sayings and my stupid quirkiness and so on. And I still do that regardless of whether someone likes it or not. Oh, talking of which, can I just quickly mention a meat sandwich on the internet? Not a troll, but someone who said, it was like one of these passive aggressive, but more aggressive than passive comments, said to me this week, Jamie, I like your blogs. Thank you. But, it's supposed to be, is it like, what do they say? 3 stars and 1 wish, 3 positives, 1 negative. So there was only 1 positive, but could you stop winking? He said, I quote, you constantly wink. Oh, and he said he felt it was weird and very creepy that I would wink. So you're getting my meat sandwiches tonight because I think you're weird. Like, you watched a 1 hour vlog and your only takeaway was don't wink. So I think you're a weirdo. Meat sandwich. Don't bloody watch. Don't like winking. And also, who gets triggered by someone winking every now and then? He said constant. I promise you, I don't constantly. Oh, maybe I do. I don't constantly wink. So you have to be careful when you're saying that word as well, by the way, in your life. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that one in for you. So nothing really motivated me to become a YouTuber. I think it was a very natural process. And about 1.5 years ago, I realized lovely people like yourselves were watching and asking questions and interacting more. And hopefully, I like, one of the things I like most is interacting and engaging with people. Someone sent me a video the other day and said, "Oh, watch this," for many reasons, a cruise vlog. And I said, actually, I don't have the time. If I watch that, that's like 15, 20 minutes not engaging with other people. And I would rather engage with you people. So just bullet point, a summary for me of what it's about. So it's not a motivation as such. And now, of course, things are changing massively for me. So yeah, kind of like a very natural, organic process, I think. And thank you to those of you who tolerate me. It's much appreciated. You're probably much more tolerant than I am as a person. I've already got the meat sandwiches out tonight, haven't I? Okay, let's move on. Or are you trying to compete with Paul and Carol Love to Travel, all these travels you've planned? I don't know where they're going. Carry on, Ken. I've got no idea. And I've been saying for months, I'm traveling every 3 to 4 weeks now, as is the plan for the remainder of the year. There's not really much point giving up teaching to be a full-time travel vlogger and not traveling, is there? And also, I don't compete with anyone. If I'm honest with you, I keep my head down and I get on with it. I don't really know what other people are doing or up to, if I'm honest with you. So I wish everybody well, and I'm very pleased with my travel plans. But I promise you, there's no competing with anyone. And also, aren't they retired? I'm not retired. Vicky, shout out to Mum Lorraine and Dad Phil, who are so excited to be going on Iona to the Fjords on Saturday, second visit. I've met Lorraine and Phil, and they're lovely. So have a brilliant cruise. I look forward to hopefully seeing some of your pictures. Karen says, whoops, question continued. Oh my God, Karen, that was ages ago. I wonder what happened to you, my love. Hope you're well. My husband and I have booked a Virgin flight for Avia January 2025. Very clever of you to do that. Any tips for non-flight travelers? You mean the flight itself? I mean, you can't go wrong with Virgin. I think they're a great company. I've always had very comfortable flights to them, good service, food's okay, regular drinks being topped up. I suppose the only thing you need to be aware of is your transfer from the airport to the port. But if you want to see what Virgin is like, I've got loads of vlogs on them, and I don't. It's really not very different to booking a package and with a flight and a cruise included, in my opinion. You still go through the same process of checking in, etc. I imagine you won't have bonded luggage, I don't imagine. So you'll be collecting your luggage and taking that with you. It's going to be absolutely fine. It really will. Daisy says, was watching your Universal last night, thought the budget accommodation looked great. Oh yeah, Cabana Bay is awesome. And it actually knocks spots off Disney's budget accommodation. As much as I like it, Universal have really got it down to a T. You know, being able to walk just next door to the Volcano Bay water park is amazing. Having a lazy river in your own resort, awesome. Large rooms as well. Okay, Gabby says, book Sindhu in advance if you like Indian food. Yes, agreed. The other thing is, if you book Sindhu on Pinot in advance, you put down a £10 per person deposit, which comes off your bill at the end of the meal. But also, because you've booked it in advance online, you get 20% off your bill as well when you've finished your meal. And that's blimmin' good value, in my personal opinion. Nick, shout out to Nick's wife, Karen, just retired as a teacher. Oh, congratulations. And is looking forward to our Norway cruise on our own. We've seen all of your fab cheeky vids. Oh, I think you got the wrong person there. Loving husband, Nick. Isn't that lovely? No, that is lovely. I'm just joking. So congratulations, Karen, from a lifetime in teaching and now retired. Enjoy what's to come. Please do. That's fabulous. We have about 15 minutes left. We're doing all right. I'm going to get through these questions. So don't forget to keep those thumbs up coming, please. It'd be mucho apreciado. Billy, never been on a cruise, but being dragged on one in October. Should I be worried? Yes, absolutely. You are going to hate it if you're being dragged. I'm very worried for you. You should be worried. What are you worried about? That's my question. Tell us, what are you worried about? Oh God, I've just skipped through about 100 comments. You know this happens every week, don't you? It's really, really hard to actually scroll without everything jumping around. We're jumping. Okay. I've seen a retracted message from Susan Smith. Naughty girl. What are you hiding? What are you hiding? David, read the daily paper for next day's schedule. Oh, this is advice for everyone. That's very kind. Going to different countries on a cruise, says Mark. I'm not sure what that's in relation to. Stephen, the Keys, always go there. And Sindhu, yeah, I think for celebration night, I wouldn't go to the Keys personally, as much as I like going to the Keys. I quite like the Keys at breakfast time before the crowds arrive. But also, if this is in regards to the celebration on Aurora, there's no Keys on Aurora. Maybe I've missed a comment, and I apologize if I have. It's very likely. Rachel, are you having a holiday from blogging somewhere this year? Actually, the holiday Matthew and I are going on to Universal Orlando. Whilst it won't be a total break, it will be a significant break from the vlogging. It absolutely will. Yeah, I don't need to vlog Universal again, having just done it, and I've got the next part coming out on Wednesday. I've nearly finished it, so I don't need to do that again. I'll do a flight review and a hotel review, because we've never stayed, although we've visited Sapphire Falls at Universal, we haven't stayed there. So, but those two are pretty short, simple things to do, and then the rest of the week, I'm just going to enjoy. He says that now. Remember this conversation when it gets to November. It's only 6 months away. So that's a good question. I am conscious of it. I'm mindful of it. And I'm going to try and make sure it is a proper mostly switch off trip as well. Paul Green, 1955. Ooh. Giving things away there, Mr. Green. Will there be any Travelblog Jamie merchandise coming? Yes, there will. But I've mentioned before, not yet, not until I've finished with the teaching. I got zero capacity and time to be doing that at the moment. And also, I want good merch. I don't want crappy merch. I've seen some terrible things out there. Ooh, like I wouldn't wear that if you paid me. So I want some good merch, okay? Sorry. True though. David is asking Billy what concerns him. Absolutely. We want to know what concerns Billy. Everyone's talking about Billy. Tony, Pinoona, go to the Keys when you get on board. Buffet will be mayhem. I thought we were talking about a celebration night. I'll let you all have that conversation together. I really thought we were talking about a celebration night. Percy, question. Just booked Iceland in July 2026. Ooh, you are organized. Have you been to Iceland? Nope, I haven't. And it's on my list, definitely. I've talked about going to Iceland many times. When everyone says what's on your bucket list, that is one of the destinations I really want to go to. Marissa, do you have an ultimate silent disco tune for not being silent to? Probably anything from Queen, anything from ABBA, probably anything camp, just like ABBA, Queen. anything that, I don't know. I like a nice melody, a nice tune, you know. So yeah, probably those. Susan, question. Hi Jamie, do you have any plans to go on the Sun Princess in the near future? Well, I've got the press visit on Sun Princess later in the year. I haven't booked Sun Princess yet, mainly because I've already booked 2 Princess cruises this year, and this year is now full. I cannot squeeze anything else into this year. Or I shouldn't say that, should I? I might be able to squeeze something in, but I doubt it'll be Sun Princess this year, but hopefully next. Cruising with Molly's just come back from Canaries on Venture and July on Britannia. Fabulous. Hope you had a nice time. Heather on Iona in June booked Sindhu for Gala Night as Pinot accidentally released the dining options early. Oh, yes, I've seen that. Some people were able to get the dining options and then they sort of cut it down and other people were up in arms that, they've got an advantage over us. It's going to be okay. I'm certain it'll be okay. Don't forget to keep those thumbs up coming, please. 300 by the end is the goal. Thank you. And also Heather's off to Universal in November with British Airways like we are. Yes, British Airways holidays. Some great deals, by the way, folks. The one I had going solo was a good deal, but the one Matthew and I have got for November is an excellent deal. And also, if you have flexibility, check out prices for flying out on a Monday out of school time, certainly, because they seem to be of the cheapest of the week. So buy like about £300 as well. So we're flying out on a Monday and saving a little bit of ka-ching in the process. Awesome. Cruising with Molly cannot stand pot noodles. Well, look, I understand why. They're not for everyone. Kay is booked on Azura in July. Booked the beach house for the first night, which is what I nearly always do. It's nice and calm and on the first night. I'm booked into Sindhu to watching all of your vlogs. Can't wait. I hope you enjoy. Please let us know how you get on. David, maybe I'll try a not poddle. Tick it off. What's a not poddle? David, have you been drinking, David, my darling? I think you have a not poddle. Shelley Ford, 1981. Not worth it for us. Drinks package, I presume she's saying. We got the soft drink one, but not the drink one. Alcohol. Yes, I know where you're at with that one. Daisy could be a Scottish lawman. Oh, yes. Sorry, Daisy. I didn't think about that. Absolutely. David, if it's port intensive itinerary, I'd say no to a drinks package. I am exactly the same. Although if you go with Morella, you've obviously got your drinks included and their itineraries are port heavy. I wouldn't. I love going ashore. I wouldn't want to ruin my days ashore by being totally hungover every day. Although I am undrunkable, of course, so that's not likely to happen with me. Rebecca, can you tell me what you do for Wi-Fi on TUI? I don't get Wi-Fi on TUI. I have to say I don't like their Wi-Fi packages, and I think they're overpriced. So because TUI is very port heavy though, it means you're in port most days, and with O2 I can use my normal data in many of those countries without being charged any extra. So that's what I do when I'm with Morella. I will say though, the trip they are sending me on in July, they are providing Wi-Fi for me, and I get that because they want me obviously posting lots of pictures from the trip. So we'll see how that goes then. But I personally feel on a very port heavy itinerary like Morella offer, it's not necessary to have the Wi-Fi unless, I don't know, maybe just for a sea day or something like that. Maybe just get it on a sea day. But of course, everyone's different. Some people are even working when they're away as well. They're using their cabin in the ship as their office, which I think is quite cool as well. Whatever it takes, you know. Tony, you need to drink a lot to make drinks package worthwhile. Also, remember, if you have a lot of ports, you don't have much time to drink aboard unless you stay on board and don't go ashore. Mark and Ali, we tend to get a wine package for our cruises. Yes, that's quite popular, actually. I know on P&O, the wine moves with you as you move around restaurants as well. we have a bottle of wine to go with breakfast. Don't tell me you meant dinner. You meant breakfast. Bubbles as well. Jackie doesn't have a drinks package. Devon deck chair, not buying drinks package on P&O on either cruise. We will have a drink at lunch in ports and perhaps a bottle of wine with dinner. Catlit, just subscribe. Thank you very much. Welcome on board to our cray. Going on board Iona next year. What alcohol can you take on board? You can take on board a litre bottle of any alcoholic beverage per adult sharing a cabin. So it's 1 litre each. I normally take my litre of vodka on board. Shelley says, thank you, Jamie. You're welcome. Johnny is on P&O, you can buy a bottle of gin on room service to drink. Yes, that's everything. You can buy alcohol on board P&O for room service as well. You're supposed to consume it in your room. Okay, so just saying that now, consume it in your room, otherwise you get in trouble, or you'll get me in trouble. Will we get another 45 thumbs up, do you reckon, by the end? We've only got about 10 minutes. I don't know. I think that might be a tricky one. Debbie, we normally have a P&O drinks package, but generally end up breaking even. Depends on how many sea days. Yes, more sea days tends to mean, in my view or experience, more drinking. Cameron says only 73 days until he's in his happy place again, which is on Iona. That's about 2.5 months, is it? Less than that. It'll sail by. Have a great time when it comes around. Commodore, P&O will need a new small ship. I would be very surprised about that, actually. If they do get a new small ship, they're going to have to put the prices up significantly to make money on that. And then that's kind of incongruent with their branding and their offers. So I would be surprised. Rachel Gar, go. I like that, sorry. Little things make me laugh, you know that. If you were on a budget, would you opt for one luxury cruise or a number of cheaper ones? If I'm on a budget and I probably have. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Because I've done so many now, and I do so many. I'd probably, if I were you and you haven't done many cruises, I'd probably start small, cheaper if you're on a budget. Absolutely, it just makes perfect sense. I suppose I'm kind of fortunate. I mean, I don't go on luxury cruise lines anyway, and I wouldn't overspend on a cruise personally. If I think good value is really important to me. So when I look at like Saga, which I can go on next year, is it next year or the year after? Oh God, I can't remember. Next year, and I see that it's going to be like £3,500 each. I think that's just too much for me for a week and a half or a week. It's like, I like value for money. So I'm not actually fussed about luxury cruise lines. Would I go on them if I had the money? Yeah, I probably would. If I'm on a budget, it doesn't make sense to do that. I like traveling more. But we're all different, aren't we? So I wonder what you all prefer doing. Michael, have you ever done NCL cruise? No, I haven't actually, Michael. I had 2 booked for Easter just gone and had to cancel both because they changed the itineraries considerably. So we weren't prepared to fly all the way to Vancouver to board a ship and then have a totally different experience to what we booked. So that's a shame. I'm hoping to go on NCL though. They look like the kind of thing that I would enjoy. Fun. Darren, shout out to Sarah and daughter Isabel. They both watch your vlogs and they love every bit. Thank you very much. I love all of your bits too. David is smiling. This is nice to know. Lorraine likes my cheeky winks. Okay, have I been winking constantly? Can someone keep score or something? Because when someone says constant over an hour, I think, wow. Devon Dutcher, bloody winker. Absolutely, be careful. Deborah is laughing. Cheryl loves the winks and quirkiness. Thank you. That sounds like a winker. Absolutely. Here they come. I'm way behind, aren't I? The postcard empire. What a winker. Well dealt with. And you lot are worse than I am. I'm telling you, you are. Look at all these comments about winks. Keep winking. Thank you all for that. I will constantly keep winking continually. I'm surprised my eyelid's not stuck, like if I'm doing it all the time. William says, thanks for all your blogs. I'm going on my first cruise December 2025 aboard Aurora to Norway. So keep up the good work. Thank you very much. I appreciate that very much. Paul Doody, more thumbs up. Oh, yes, that's a good thing, Paul. We got 37. We're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. 37 to go. And we've got about 6 minutes left. Let's see if we can get to the end of all these questions. John, hi Jamie, love your channel. Thank you for taking time to make such brilliant videos. You are very welcome. Sending love and positive vibes to you and Matthew. I'm sending them all the way back to you. Just like that. Does that make you jump, by the way? Thank you. I appreciate it very much, John. Shelley, do you like going on the cruise on your own or prefer it with Matthew? Okay, so I'm going to be honest. I find that a bit of a weird question. Like, of course I would prefer going on a cruise with my husband. Although for some of you, maybe you would rather be away from yours. I don't know. In which case, I would ask, why are you with them? Here's the thing, though. When I cruise solo or travel solo, it's better for Matthew that when I'm solo, I do more vlogging. I think that is the case. And I'm very conscious that, as I've said before, it's also Matthew's cruise trip holiday, and I need to be more mindful of that moving forward. You know, he's so used to me literally filming everything. I think that's intrusive for him at times when he just wants to switch off. So I film more when I'm solo. Does that mean I enjoy it more? Not necessarily, no. When I was in Orlando, I had a great time. I'm not lonely or anything like that. Would I rather he were there? Of course I would. I was sat at the Lone Palms bar, Lone Palms, thinking, oh, if he were here now, we'd start working our way through this margarita menu because it is awesome. He'd love them. I've already showed him the menu. So, you know, like little things like that. I think that would be just perfect. But the thing is, I make the best of every situation, every trip I have. Of course I do. I feel fortunate to travel that often, so I'm going to make the most of it, aren't I? I'd say though that I end up vlogging more when I do solo, because that's, in my mind, I'm pretty driven to do that. And when we travel together, I try and make more of a blend of us chilling as well, which I think is really important, and I need to do that more, definitely. It's okay to have a chilled night in a cabin. Oh, is it okay to have a chilled night in your cabin? Yes, of course it is. You can do whatever you want. It's your trip. Others saying we should be out enjoying ourselves. Why are others telling you how to enjoy yourself? I find that bizarre. Like, you do whatever you want on your holiday. You know, don't let other people tell you what you should be doing, or like, what is it? Fear of missing out? FOMO? Do what you want. We always have, when we go on a cruise together, we always have a night in at one point, have some room service, put on a film, a few bubbles, just nice, chilled. We love it. You know, I know some people say, well, you should be out and about and meeting people. It's like, why? Why should I be out and about meeting people every night? Do what makes you happy, always. And don't listen to me. Johnny says Virgin are great. Yes, Virgin are great. You were talking about Atlantic. Now I thought you were talking about Voyages, although that's great as well. Marissa says, if you want to have a chilled night, go for it. It's your holiday. Yes, you see, Marissa and I are on exactly the same page. Arlene, you are a very good blogger, the best. Oh, thank you very much. Keep it up. I will keep it up, my darling. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Oh, 25 thumbs up with about 3 minutes to go. God, blimey. Not sure we're going to do it. Millie, can't wait for your vlogs on Queen Anne, going on her in June to the fjords for my 60th birthday. She looks like it's going to be a stunning ship. I really think that, and I can't wait for our voyages as well. Betty wants to pick up on the question about one luxury versus many. Until I win the lottery, I do 3, 4, 5 night cruises on Ambassador Fred Olsen, apart from Queen Anne next year. Okay, there you go. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it very much. Commodore Steve, fluid pricing on P&O 2006 is now crazy. Fluid pricing has been a thing for years. And as someone who also has a P&O Facebook group, that's all I can remember people talking about from the moment I opened it years ago. So I don't think that's any different. And I've seen some amazing deals on P&O as well, and Cunard actually. Surprisingly amazing deals on Cunard. David, night in room service, movie, comfies on whilst cruising. Why not? It's your choice. Yes. And actually, people say, well, you can do that at home. I can go to a bar at home. I can go to a restaurant at home. I can't sit in my comfies with P&O slippers on with the ocean in the background watching the film, having room service though at home. Just saying. Hashtag just saying. Jeez, look at that. Look, we've had this jump. We only need 8 thumbs up. That's cray. Rachel, off on Fred Olsen Boletta. Love a bit of Fred Olsen, don't I? Have fun. I hope you really enjoy it. Flying on Monday in a few weeks and saved a fortune, so upgraded to premium. Awesome. Love a bit of premium as well. Enjoy that. Liz, Iceland is amazing. Been twice. If you like fireworks, New Year's Eve is brilliant. Oh, that's a interesting point, actually. Yes, I'm getting ideas now, Liz. Thank you. If Matthew says, oh, you can't do that with every money, I'll blame you, Liz. Okay. David is on the drinks package at home. Absolutely, go for it. Rachel Gargle, Bombay Bad Boy is my guilty pleasure. Oh, you see, I think that's nasty, that pot noodle. But we all have our guilty pleasures, don't we? So why not? Gosh, I've got a few minutes. I can do this. Commodore, I think you would like NCL Prima. I do as well. It looks like a fabulous ship. Lots of variety on board. Lots of restaurants as well. Chris says NCL frequently changing their itineraries nowadays. Okay, that's interesting. We had 2 port changes and 1 cancellation during our Greek island cruise back in May. That's disappointing. I know these things can happen, though, having said that. And at least they had the common courtesy to tell us way in advance, which we appreciated. But it then wasn't the cruise for us, you know. Tony is on Viva in the autumn. Looks like a fabulous ship. Lucy's mum, shout out, please watch out for my Borealis, which will be a city terminal in Southampton on Thursday. Thanks. June. Lucy's mum, I kind of feel like you need to write that again, my darling. I've read it out though, so there you go. I hope that makes sense to you. I've had too much squash, quite clearly. I really have. Debbie, we had a great time on the Bliss. Yes, you see all of these people enjoying NCL. I know of these ships, and they all sound great. Heather, flying from Gatwick on Monday, the 11th of November, but staying at Surfside. Oh, you know we've got a vlog on Surfside. We stayed there over Christmas. We like Surfside. I mean, that's the most budget of the Universal hotels, and it's still fabulous. I love that Surfside. It's just off International Drive, and you can walk to all those fabulous eateries. I mean, give me a Denny's, give me an IHOP. And they've also got a fun spot within walking distance of Surfside as well, which is great fun. So we liked it there. We really did. I hope you enjoy it as well. Haven't done Hurtigruten. Just very expensive for solo at the moment. But I would like to do them. I would. RH Tube has just dropped in to give a thumbs up. Well, that is much appreciated. Jackie, time. Jackie, just on my second solo cruise, best cruise yet. Good. I'm glad you enjoyed that, Jackie. It looked like you had a fabulous time. Christina gave a thumbs up. Thank you very much. They say when you turn your hobby into your job, you run the risk of losing a hobby. When you're vlogging on a cruise, does it still feel like a holiday or does it feel like work? A bit of both, which is why, as someone said earlier, it's important that when I go on holiday, like a proper holiday, I'm not going to do any vlogging. So at the moment, it's been very difficult. It's like I'm addicted to it or something. So you are correct. It feels a little bit like work at times because I need to be in certain places at certain times, doing certain things, filming for a certain amount of time. And then also editing on the go whilst I can, sometimes editing later in the evenings to keep on top of things. But that's a part of me going full time, isn't it, in summer, meaning that I will have more time to do all of that and just spread things out a little bit more as opposed to just constantly doing this and schoolwork. So I take your point. It's a very good point and a good question. Thank you, Tony. I can see we've passed the 300 mark. Law Greens, hi Law Greens, hope you're well. Thank you very much. I'm well. You're on Anthem and Dune to the Fjords. Enjoy that. I do like a bit of Anthem, I must say. And finally, the last comment is from Steve. My job is not a job because I love it. Well, there you go. I like what I'm doing as well, very much. And finally, one more has come through. Bearded Bobber. Oh, I love your names. Thanks for the Iona info, Jamie. We had a first ever cruise 2 weeks ago on her to Norway, and great help. P&O food needs work though. Well, we've had good food on Iona, but on Aurora recently that was less good. So they absolutely need to be much more consistent. That is a given. If Ryan said, if you were to design your own airline, what would it involve? It would involve me paying people who know how to design an airline a whole load of money, because I wouldn't have a clue. If I had my own airline, it wouldn't be anything like Malith Aero. It would be somewhere in between Virgin and Qatar, whatever that is. It would have good food. People would know my airline for bloody lovely food. They want to go on my airline just to eat. Okay, that's what I think. Mafu Air, why not? Okay. Thank you, Margaret. That's appreciated. So I am going to bring things to an end there. So thank you so much for your company this evening. Much appreciated. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for all the interactions, the questions, the encouragement, etc. Just to remind you, I'm not here next week, next Monday. You've got a week off from me. I think you need a week off from me because we'll be sailing on P&O Arcadia. Hopefully having a great time. And look out on Wednesday for part 2, the last part of the Universal Orlando. This part is much more on-ride kind of part, with me basically getting drenched from every angle you can possibly imagine on every ride, which made me chuckle when I was editing. I look like a total drowned rat, I really do. And then look out for the Queen Anne vlogs, which will start Wednesday evening and Saturday, and then the following week. So I wish you all very well. I hope you have a fabulous week ahead. I'll see you around online. Come over to Facebook if you want to see all my pictures of Queen Anne, Arcadia, and Virtuosa. And I'm going to see you in a couple Mondays' time. So thank you as always, and take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and lots of love to you all. Mwah. Bye for now.